All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So we're back from Rubies on the Rise in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we came back with tons of information. We're overflowing with it. Yes. I know that we can't hit everything tonight, so we're going to hit some highlights. And just keep in mind that this is not replacing the system we have in place now with what we do. We are still doing what we've been taught. We're just adding some extra ideas on here on how we can improve, find other ways to work our business, get better at it, and then just some tips with our social media that will help you. So Beth, do you want to start off first?
Sure. This is okay. First thing I'm going to catch you guys up on, I want to go over the compensation plan. So this is something that as at our level at Senior Ruby, we should know. We don't necessarily have to know every little detail, but we certainly should know how to find it and how to help people understand how to meet their next goal. So this is one thing that we went over at Gold School earlier this month, and we also talked about this at Rubies on the Rise. So in both trainings that I went to this month, in our book, they went ahead and they gave us a copy of the compensation plan summary. You can always get to this through the Help Center. So if you go to the Help Center on the website, once you're logged in and you search in the Help Center for, if you start to type out compensation plan, it will automatically populate for you. Then you will look for the compensation plan summary. And that's this chart. It's 2 pages when you print it. And that's this chart that we're going to talk about right now. So when you look at the compensation chart, the summary, it breaks it down for us. There is tons of information, obviously. And so you just need to know, again, you don't have to have all the answers. You just need to know how to find them. So when you have a level 1 or a level 2 ask you about how they're going to get paid, how does the compensation plan work, get this downloaded from the Help Center and get busy explaining this to them. So the first section, and this is called Business Building Bonus, and then also the Retail Rewards Commission. Those two there's 3 sections on this first page of the table. Okay, so when you're looking at those 3 pages, it kind of breaks it down into different areas. And so Genevieve at the conference kind of broke this down for us a little bit. 1 and 2, business building bonus, that's really about your personal earnings. So that's about you when you first sign on. And the business building bonus and the retail rewards commission, especially the business building bonus, that's designed to help cover your costs of your first order. Okay. So when we say, would you like help getting your products paid for? Can I help you learn how to get your products paid for? This business building bonus and the retail rewards commission are really meant to do that. They are designed to help us cover the cost of our first order. The middle section, when you're looking at this table, it's called Plexus Points. Okay, that section and the achievement bonus. This section is your team's earnings. So this section builds upon your personal earnings. When you have your personal earnings, your business builder bonus, your commission, your retail rewards commission. And then once you start building a team, you start getting your Plexus points will start to build. And this is your team earnings. This is where you learn how to, let me get my other set of notes. This is based on duplication. So this is your team's earnings based on duplication. So as your team grows, as your level 1s increase, as your level 1s begin to start sharing and they begin to get level 1s, which become your level 2, etc., then your points will start to increase. Those Plexus points is what your commission is built on. The third column talks about our our jewel pools that we can get in once we hit jewel and we are able to establish our team at an emerald, a sapphire, diamond level, we get added to different bonus pools. Okay. Once you hit emerald, the emerald bonus pool is 3% of the company's total commission. So not only has the company already divided the net income for the month in half, and half of that is what's coming to all the ambassadors. 3% of that is coming to an emerald in the bonus pool. At the sapphire level, they get an additional 1% in the bonus pool. And then as a diamond on this particular level, they get an additional 1%. So looking big picture, as we're looking to achieve whatever level we want to do, if you want to achieve diamond, then one of the many perks of reaching diamond is that you can achieve a 5% bonus pool because you're a diamond, because your team is at a diamond level. We also have the diamond re-entry option, which is something that I'm not aware that any other network marketing company offers. So this is one of the many reasons, one of the many benefits that sets us apart from any other network marketing company. This diamond re-entry option is available for anyone that hits diamond and once they've reached 6,000 points. So that is obviously their choice. They don't have to do that, and they can wait and do it at a later date. They don't have to do it immediately once it comes up once. They can do it anytime. The second page of the compensation summary shows the different ranks and the requirements that it takes for us to hit each rank. And there's a mixture of points, of level ones that are new VIPs that are required to reach each each level. And then also it breaks down our points required even more, telling us how many we need outside of our primary leg. Okay, so you've got different levels. You've got silver and senior silver. You typically are focusing on just meeting new people, building relationships. You're trying to, if you decide you want to do this, just build on that. So you need to learn the compensation plan. You need to be comfortable with the compensation plan to be able to explain it. At Ruby and senior Ruby level, we definitely are comfortable with this at this point. We should be able to explain this. We should be able to pull the link up in the help center at any given time and send any of our level ones who are wanting to start earning, send them this information and go over it with them. So there's a breakdown for the points that are required and the quantity of new VIPs required, as well as the outside leg points. So you need to, again, get very comfortable with that.
Yeah, that was one of the things that they stressed, is that if we're going to show the business and talk about the business, that we really need to know how to make the money, how to explain that. So I would just challenge everyone to get familiar with the process so that you know your pitch, you know your elevator pitch, as well as the compensation plan.
Absolutely. Okay, so going into one of the biggest changes that our Plexus training folks have opened up for us is a system called the Winning Day. This was presented to us at Gold School. So anyone that was in Gold School earlier this year has already heard about this, and they've started sharing it with their teams, both up and down lines. And so at this training, we also discussed the Winning Day. So this is exactly what Kara was talking about. This is in addition to our system that this team uses. Our group activities that we do and posting in groups, this is not replacing that. We are not certainly not trying to replace that. We're not trying to fix something that's not broke. We are trying to improve on what we've already got. So the first of all, the Winning Day is just a series of steps to follow to try to gain some momentum for yourself and your team. And it's steps that you can follow throughout. You can do it in one day's time. It takes 2.5 hours if you did it from start to finish. So you can break it up. You can do it all together in one block of time. You can break it up over throughout the day. You can break this up and do it over 2 or 3 days time. You're the driver of this. So you decide how quickly you want to move through this. You decide how quickly you can move through this. So like I said, it's 2.5 hours total. Each step typically is about 15 minutes. So as we go through our steps, we'll tell you the time breakdown. Each of us has different steps that we're going to talk about. The first 3 of the 7 total steps, I'm going to talk about each are 15 minutes blocks. So you're talking about a 15-minute block of time that you're giving yourself to work on your business. You can do this if you're still working full-time, which many of us still are. I still am. You can do this on a break. You can do it first thing in the morning. You can do it at lunchtime. You can do it in the evening. So this is completely doable. I'm practicing this right now. It completely fits in my day. So your first step for the winning day is called sow the seeds for later. This is where you're priming your Facebook algorithm. So many of us have been doing this for a while. One of the things that we noticed is when we first start, we go gangbusters. We're getting all these comments. We're getting all these reactions. Everything is going gangbusters. And then a few of us ran into what we felt like was a concrete wall. Why is everything so quiet? Why am I not getting comments? Well, what we figured out, this huge revelation that came out in Gold School and in Rubies on the Rise is we are all following each other on this team on Facebook. Facebook is primarily what we're going to be talking about. I do also use Instagram, and it's very similar. They do program the 2 different platforms differently, and their algorithms do work a little bit differently, but for the most part, the general premise is the same. So if you follow whatever group of friends on the platform that you follow, if you continue to react, like, love, laugh at, whatever, if you continue to react at their posts on your team, and if you continue to comment on posts of people on your team, you're telling the Facebook algorithm, you're telling Facebook's programming that's been written that you want to see more of that, and you want to see less of everyone else. So what you need to do that we have proven out does work, and this caused great anxiety for all of us at Rubies on the Rise. You could almost physically feel a collective gasp where all of the oxygen was sucked out of the room when Genevieve Scory said this, but unfollow your Plexus team. If you have any level 1s that are on your downline, all of us have decided that we really recommend you don't unfollow them because you do still need to help them. But otherwise, everybody else on this call, you need to kick us to the curb. You need to unfollow us. We've already unfollowed you. So you will see instantly that your Facebook feed is going to change. You see it instantly. Within a few minutes, within an hour, within a couple of hours, you're going to see great changes with your feed. Because if you have only been liking and commenting every time you see one of the Plexus team members posts that pops up in your feed, you're telling Facebook you want to see that and you want to see less of everyone else. So when you unfollow it, you still remain Facebook friends, but you unfollow. Nobody ever knows that you unfollow them. There's no notification that goes out, and you will start seeing other people's feeds. One thing that I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I started seeing people's feeds that I haven't seen for months and months and months, people's posts. So I'm like, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. This makes perfect sense. So you need to increase your engagement, your interaction with other people's accounts that are not on your Plexus team. Happy birthday. What did you do? Leave a comment that's minimally 3 to 4 words. Do not just leave an emoji. You must put words, and leave an open-ended question. That way, they have to respond to you. That helps wake everything up for your algorithm. I hope you had a happy birthday. One lady that's on our team that was on a Zoom I was just on, she does her happy birthdays as belated, because if you send someone a happy birthday message on Facebook on the day of their birthday, they get tons and tons and tons of these messages, and you can't even see them all. So she waits a couple of days, 2 to 3 days. She says, "Oh, I'm so sorry I missed your birthday. Hope you had a happy belated birthday. Did you go anywhere?" Or I should say, "What did you do?" That way they have to respond with more than a yes or a no. Did you have a good time? Yes. Well, don't say, "Did you have a good time?" Say, "What did you do? Where did you go?" That kind of thing. So, did you do anything, some kind of question that's open-ended that they won't just be able to answer yes or no. You want to like posts of anyone else that you follow, and you want to comment on those people's posts, 3 to 4 words. And you want to follow hashtags that interest you. Also, follow some business hashtags that you like as well. Okay, so open-ended questions on anybody's post. Birthdays are just a perfect example. And this is all a 15-minute activity. So this is 15 minutes before you ever do a post of any kind. This starts priming the algorithm to tell it, "Hey, this is what I'm going to do today." So
I would like to add something in there
yes,
too. Also, take some time and add yourself to some new groups. So if you are into cooking, into hiking, photography, crafting, whatever, go find a few new groups to join and then start engaging in conversation, compliment their outfit, whatever. Again, staying away from emojis, but actually write a comment in, and that way you kind of get yourself introduced into that group. Because and then you'll find people there you want to friend, not follow. And then they will in turn be checking out your profile and hopefully engaging on your feed and seeing your stories and etc.
Yes, when you friend someone, when you send a friend request and they accept it, it automatically sets you both up to follow each other. So for the Plexus team, that's how we all started following each other. We friended each other. So just need to kind of break that cycle, unhitch from that wagon, and get some space in between all of us. I think it'll be fine at a later time once your algorithm has really kind of woke up. And we figure when we talked to Genevieve about this, I specifically asked her, how long does she think it would take for the algorithm to kind of let loose and have all this update? She said it took hers a couple of weeks. So we all did this at the training, and we all started seeing later that evening, our feeds were already going crazy with, everybody else in the world that we're friends with that we've been basically ignoring. So, once you've done your prime your algorithm, once you sow your seeds for later, you want to get noticed by adding value to people's lives. Okay. Be intentional with your social media posts. Decide exactly what you want to post. You want to do a minimum of these 3 things each week. 1, this is all regarding your timeline. This has nothing to do with our system, our sharing system that we do. This is regarding your timeline only. You want a minimum of 1 post per week. 1 post per day. I'm saying a minimum of 1 Plexus post per day. Most of us on this call already do more than that. But I would say you want a minimum of 1 post that's directly about Plexus. So a testimony, a product, ad, whatever you're doing, 1 of those per day. You want 2 reels per week. You need to create 2 reels per week. Facebook, Instagram, whatever you're using. Barbara, I think you use TikTok also. So you want to get those videos going. Videos is where it's at, because here's another tip that I mentioned in our last Zoom. In the US, adult attention span is about 8 seconds right now. And it takes us about 7 to 8 times to hear something before we really get it. So you need a quick reel and you need it to repeat. So your reel is going to last, I don't even know, I think for quite a while. But you need to do at least 2 reels per week. You can do so many different things with reels. You don't even have to show your face. You don't even have to, you can show only your face. You can put it to music. You can be creative. You can do it with products. You can do stuff about your dog, stuff about your cats, stuff about the kids, whatever you want to put out there. Whatever you want to put out there, put it out there. I mean, seriously, think about some of the things that people are putting on reels. So they're going to be short and sweet and quick and to the point because you're wanting to get someone's attention. You don't want them to start doing this. Oh, 2 seconds. Bye, bye, bye. So you're trying to inspire, educate, and entertain. You want to do one or all of those things. Okay. Reels really are hot right now. They get people's attention. One more thing to do, 1 Facebook Live per week. 1 Facebook Live per week, 1 Instagram Live per week, whatever platform you want to insert there. So go live once a week. Doesn't have to be for very long. 15, 30 seconds. I'd say 30 seconds, you know, do something where you're going live talking about today, I should have done it. I didn't do it. We did yard work. I could have gone live and shown you all the yard work. I did do a reel today. So those are a few things as far as for some of us, it's kind of new. For some of you, not new at all. So you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone, whatever that is, whether it's the live or the reel. I don't feel like the posts are a problem, but reels and lives cause people anxiety. Don't worry about it. Put it out there. Get it out there because you're trying to get in front of as many people as possible. You want them to see you, you want to entertain them, and you want them to be curious enough about you to go ahead and click your name and go to your profile and then start scrolling through your profile and see what you're all about. And then eventually, hey, what's this stuff you keep advertising? What's this stuff you keep putting posts on? That's what you're after. Okay. So be intentional with your social media posts. Another thing that Kara, I just thought of, we did not talk about on that last Zoom was Yes for Success. So everybody make sure and look up Yes for Success. We have tools in our help center to help us with this. This is a system. I'm just going to tell you real quickly. It's not part of our plan for this Zoom. This is a program that Plexus is really trying to get us to get the word out, to make sure that your posts are worded properly so that they are compliant. That's all I'm going to say about that. We could do a whole Zoom on that. Be intentional with your social posts. Make your prospects the hero. Okay. It's not about you. It's about everybody else. It's about the people you're talking to. It's about the people you're trying to attract. Attract the right people. You're going to build your business. Follow hashtags for things that interest you. They can be Plexus. They can be non-Plexus. Anything that interests you. Like Kara said, join groups about stuff that interests you and make sure you interact in those groups. Just the sheer fact of doing the interaction will help your algorithm. But you never know. Somebody that you're in a quilting Facebook group with may end up asking you about your Plexus products, or someone in the Golden Doodle group may ask you, hey, what are you doing to make all this extra money? You're like making bank. What's going on? Boom, there's your opportunity. Or someone in the Golden Doodle group you become friends with, and you see them struggling with various things, either health or money. And you can always use that opportunity to say, I used to be there. I used to cry every day on my way to work. And now I don't do that anymore. Here's why. If you want more information, I'm happy to share with you. So that's just some things, just some ideas to run through, and we can always expand on if anybody has any questions. That's also adding value, another 15-minute activity. So these are not meant to completely take over your day. Remember, the winning day is 2.5 hours total, start to finish, if you did it all together. So one more thing I want to talk about for you guys is introduce 3 people to your Plexus vision. This is a 15-minute activity. Actively search for people, be meaningful, have a reason to reach out. Kara, I saw you crying. I saw your post the other day about crying on your way to work. Man, I know all about that. I used to work at an office down the street, and I cried every day on my 30-minute drive and every day on my way home. And some days I even added in crying at lunch. Those people were horrible. The place was horrible. They were unorganized, just blah, 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 blah. I don't have to do that anymore. So give yourself an opportunity. Don't be shy about it. Share the opportunity, share the products. Have a reason to reach out. Invite people to listen to what you've got to say. Invite people to go on a walk with you. Invite people, hey, I'm trying to get a walk together. Anybody want to do that with me? And say, hey, while we're sitting here watching our kids' soccer team, would you guys want to go, do a walk on the trail? Try to raise money for this, or I'm just wanting to get some friends to go walk with me to keep myself accountable. Come up with some ideas to help you build a walking group, a biking group. Let's go biking on the trail. Anything like that to add to your community, add value, and help people realize that you are wanting to grow. You're wanting to do personal development. You're wanting to grow your business. You're wanting to grow your friend base. Communicate in a variety of ways. You've got social media, probably more than one of you. I know Barbara's on TikTok, but I'm not on TikTok yet. I haven't really ventured out that far, but TikTok is huge right now. So if that's your jam, do it. Reels, stories, private messages. If they're personal friends and you have their cell phone number, text them, call them. So there's just so many ways. Know your generational differences as well. Communication ways vary between generations. Gen Zs typically, stereotypically, don't want to talk face to face, and they don't want to talk on the phone. They would rather do messages. I'm a Gen X. Why don't you call me? Because I'm better with that. Things like that. So kind of start learning the generational differences. It will help guide you for a better way to start talking to somebody. If you're sitting at your kid's volleyball game and you're talking to someone, you're just building a relationship. You don't have to be salesy. You don't have to work it into every conversation, but eventually it's going to come up, because eventually they're going to start seeing your posts and they're going to probably ask you how it's going. So do you ladies have anything to add to any of my little pieces of the pie here?
I think you covered it. Yep.
Sounds good.
Hey, you nailed it.
All right. Okay, so moving on to the next step. And one thing I like about this process for the winning day is that she told us that we are the pilot of our own journey. And by using this process, this winning day, we are taking control of our day, our calendar, and paving the way to success. So the next thing we move on to is move people to the next step in the relationship. Oh man, this person. I need someone to mute.
Absolutely gorgeous. They have pockets and these are
Can someone mute their phone? Okay, there we go. There we go. So I'll repeat that again. Move people to the next step in the relationship. So they suggest about an hour for this. And again, these are just guidelines they suggest. So if you've only got time for 15 or 20 minutes, do what you need in those 20 minutes. But this is just a guideline. So the fortune is in the follow-up. Can you add those if they admit them? The fortune is in the follow-up. Follow up with some micro commitments. Reconnect with exceptional customer care. And one of those micro commitments could be, can I add you to a 3-way chat? If you've got a prospect a lead that you're talking to or that your team member's talking to, and they need help with going through the details, the closing, just say, hey, can I put you in a three-way chat with one of my team leaders and get through the call or get through the process to hopefully end with a sale? Can I add you to our pivotal group? These are going to be for your fence sitters, for your VIP customers that you're going to do your customer care with. Add them to pivotal, get the conversation flowing, let them know what pivotal is all about. Do the Thursday chats that we have for going over the products. Again, those are micro commitments. Communicate with them, trying to get them involved in the next step, the next phase to help close and get them as a VIP customer. And then again, showing your current VIPs how to help cover the cost of their products. Again, that's another micro commitment, sending those texts out. And I believe Kara sent that out yesterday in the messenger chat, one of those messages that we can send showing how to help cover their cost. Again, those are just micro commitments, and that will take a little bit longer because as our team grows, you've got more VIPs to deal with. Next would be a 15-minute slot, and that is use third-party validations. One of, people love to be invited to events. So we have Super Saturday coming up. We want to start promoting that soon. Events will drive excitement with your team. One of the things that we have in our hands right now is our book club. And I don't know if you all are aware of this, but the book club that Plexus has is also for our prospects. It's not just for us. And see, I thought it was just for us as VIPs or as ambassadors, but it's for everyone. So if you're talking to a prospect and you've started that relationship with them, and you know that, say they're a teacher, or they're this or that, we have different authors that get on, they feature certain books and certain motivation things that maybe a teacher would like. So if you're talking, get them added to that. Say, hey, we have a great book club that offers great motivation or great ideas for this or that. Use this as a tool to, again, engage with your prospect, with your leads. Always promote our promotions. Every month we have what the new promotions are. So make sure that you are shouting that out to your team, shouting it out on your page, because you want to create that excitement. And then again, promoting our next company call, the Motivation Mondays. I'm going to give you a number to type into your phone to join the book club. That number is, you're going to do a text message. So the number is 753-987. 753-987. And then in the comments, you need to type in train me, TRAINME, one word. So send that and then just say yes, and you'll start getting the updates in your phone to be part of that book club. You can also go to your back office, to your dashboard, and there is a little resource center there, the training center, and you can push that link and download all the Motivation Mondays, all the book club recordings. They're all right there at your fingertips. But I would encourage you all to get involved in that, because it's just another tool that you can use with your leads and your current VIPs. So I'm going to pass the baton on to Sarah. And at the end, I've got a few little things, some tips I want to share about connecting with your team. So Sarah, I'll let you.
All right. So the next step, which is also 15 minutes, is stay relevant in your social feed. How easy to chase a rabbit whenever you see something else. But this is what it says. It says your stories are where you can show up and stay connected in a relevant and relatable way. Post 3 stories a day that add value, educate, entertain, and inspire. So you build trust and credibility with your people and keep it simple and authentic. And so this reminds me of something they talked about. This person, they just loved Cher. And like, oh, Cher would just love Plexus. I would just love to get Cher on my team, you know? And so they say, well, this is what you do. You know, first off, you do not recruit Cher. You do not say on her Facebook page, oh, I have this most awesome product for you to take. It'll help your gut health and it'll make you healthier and prettier and everything. It'll help your complexion, blah, blah, blah. You don't do that, you know, obviously. I mean, most people know these things, but, you know, you don't ever know. Sometimes you just kind of, you're ready for hook, line, and sinker. You know, you want to get the car sold. So the day you, this is a quote that they said, the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. That really stuck with me. And so, you know, we've already went over some of this. It's important to educate, to entertain, be funny, just be funny with your, you know, your stories. You know, you don't have to have every one of them to be Plexus. You can have your family, you can have your dogs, just like we've already mentioned. Keep it, you know, original and authentic and not weird. You don't have to be weird. You don't say, oh, you know, Cher, hey girl, hey, you know, call me. I got you. You know, no, we don't go there. So I really thought that was funny. So this is what you do. You do 3 value-based stories per day. You will build credibility and trust, and you keep it simple. So the next thing is also 15 minutes, is master duplication. And I really liked how she talked about, it's basically like a recipe. And, you know, if you don't do a recipe correctly, obviously, if you miss flour when you're baking a cake, it's not going to work out. If you use too much sugar instead of flour, it's like, what happened here? And so it is also the order that you do it is important too. So, you know, our process has been tried and true, and it works. And to duplicate it, it is a step process, and we need to stick with that and give your team everything that you know. You can't give out what you don't have, and what we have is for them. You know, we want to love on our people. And so teach duplicatable systems to your leaders is what it says. And so we just have to, you know, have common sense and go from there. And that's all of that.
Do you have a fill your cup thing?
Yep, I also had the CEO, the new CEO. What was his name? Jack Hibbs or Pibbs or something. I can't remember his name. He really touched my heart when he started speaking about the voices he heard as he was building up his I don't know, work ethic. And every time he got a new job, he would hear the words, oh, you don't deserve this, you know, you're not good enough for this. Look at them and look at you. And it was those those negative words that would constantly tear him down. And he would always say, no, that's not what, you know, I do deserve to be here. He would combat it with the positive. And it was a constant struggle almost every time. And I found myself in tears every time he kept talking. I'm like, oh, why am I crying? Why does this upset me? And then I finally just listened, and I got this visual as he was speaking. And it's like you have 2 cups in front of you. And one cup is all of the promises that God promises you, and everything that he uses to fill you up every day. And then you have your other cup, and it's empty at the beginning of the day, hopefully. And as you hear these negative comments, are you grabbing them? Are you chewing on them and putting them in your cup, save them for later? Or and by the end of the day, you can get your cup so full of all these negative comments, and God has no room to pour him in you. We want to push back those negative thoughts and hold them captive as soon as we hear them. It's like, that's not what God says. That's not exactly what God says. God says this about me, that I will prosper, that he wants me to prosper, that I am good enough, that I'm smart enough, and so we want God to be able to fill himself in us, and we need to have that empty cup and place it all at Jesus' feet. All those negative words, just place them at Jesus' feet, and watch your day go smooth.
Yes, I love that. One of the things I would like to touch on, I know we didn't talk about this earlier in our meeting, but one of the things I want to touch on is, as we are all building our teams, we are essentially all learning to become leaders. And what something I found where I lacked in was, I guess, not seeing myself as a leader. And so I would like to just share a little bit about, they spelled the word leader out, and then they had some really neat things to say about it. So I just want to do just a real quick touch, and then Beth, you can follow up on anything that you might want to add. Oh yeah, Beth, when I get done here, will you talk on the Mexico market just a little bit? So I want to talk about leader. The first thing they said was, and this is for all of us, it doesn't matter where you're at as far as your rank. If you're signing people up and you have a team, this is for all of us. So love your people, get to know them, know each individual, know about their families, know their why, know their vision. And it's okay to even get them to share. If you have your own little chat group with your team, get them involved and let them share things, let them share their favorite product. Let them share what Plexus has done for them. So just get to know your teammates better and get more involved with them. 2, encourage. People need to feel valued, cheered on, and recognized. So it's a great motivator. And so just remember to give that encouragement when needed. Sometimes we get busy in building our own teams and our own sales for the month that we kind of forget that, oh yeah, I need to go and help encourage. And yeah, so be an encourager. Sometimes we've got to take the focus off of us and put on the others. So shed a little love. And then next is the A is always communicate. Consistent messaging. One thing that Beth touched on earlier is we need to stop using emojis. If you don't have time to type, then hit your voice record and record your message. But we need to step up on that right there. Just let your ambassadors, your VIPs know, and this includes VIPs, just let them know how much you appreciate their business and how much you appreciate them being on your team. You recognize their efforts. Just recognize them, let them know that you believe in them, and that will go a long way. Next is D, and that is develop yourself. Fill your cup up, just like Sarah was saying, fill your cup up so you can fill the cup of others. So listen to some podcasts, read some books. They don't have to be novels, big giant ones, but just find something that is going to invest in yourself and help you become a learner and a believer. Personal growth is non-negotiable for long-term growth, which equals success. I wrote that down. I thought that was really good. Next is E, establish systems, show your people what to do and keep it simple. We touched on that just a little bit ago. And then R was remind. People do forget, so remind them often of their vision and their why. Help vision cast, help them see what is at the end, with all those efforts, help them see what can be. And share your dreams and the whys. Why are you doing this? So it's good to know that with all of your team. And so that's something I need to get better at. So I have a lot of things I need to improve on, but I just thought it was so good. And then the one last thing I'm going to share, and I'm going to let Beth get to it, was about our mindset. It's so easy to prejudge how we're going to talk to our prospects, our leads, our potentials, whatever you want to call them. And we can sometimes go into it with a negative mindset, and then our conversation is actually kind of negative. So the model example is circumstance, which is pure facts. Your circumstance is going to be your facts. They're neutral. The thought is going to be what you think about that fact, the judgment, the story about the fact. The feelings are going to be basically how you feel about that fact, where your focus is. And then next is the action. What is your reaction? What do I believe when I feel the emotion? And then the results, pretty well everything you just thought and acted on confirmed your original thought, the circumstance that is. And so I'm going to give you an example of a negative model there. So let's say we're talking about the cost of plexus, and the thought is it's too high. Our feelings are, well, I really feel guilty trying to sell plexus products that are so high, and they're just going to think I'm trying to make money off of them anyway. So then our action is that we are going to sell the smallest welcome pack and forget about adding a reset, because that's just even more money. And then two, I'm not going to share the business just yet. And well, I better add a coupon on there so I can make it a little bit cheaper for them. And then the results are, one, we either still didn't get a sign up, or two, they cancel. And it just confirmed that I feel like plexus is too high. So, and that pretty well leads my thought process when I'm talking to them. And then if I would just flip that now to the positive model example, let's go with this. So if you're feeling positive about the cost of plexus, which is the circumstance, the thought is, well, I'm honest, I'm caring, and I'm compassionate, and I really want to help these people. The feelings I'm going to have through that is joy, love, confidence, and excitement about what plexus can do for everybody.
Mhm.
And then my action is I'm going to share it confidently. I'm going to help guide them into the best decision. I'm going to ask them questions and help give them the best welcome pack that we can give them that will help them. And then the result is it confirms that I feel like plexus is awesome. So there was your negative and your positive. So I hope that made some sense with everybody, that if we can just change our mindset, it will also help our process as we are talking to them and doing our scripts. So anyway, if y'all have any questions, I don't want this to run too late for everybody, but you can definitely message any of us and we'll be glad to talk more on that. But Beth, I would love it if you would share about the Mexican market, because I thought the information was very valuable.
Okay, sure. I'll try to make this really quick. We're getting on to 9 o'clock. I know everybody's getting ready to wind down for the night. So Alex Hoffman and Genevieve Scory presented to us about the Mexico market while we're at Rubies on the Rise. And really they stressed very strongly about how we need to get into this market. We currently have 62 million Hispanics in the US, and that's about 20% of our current population. They're estimating that, well, they found this from federal websites, estimating that we should be up to about 100 million Hispanics in the country by 2030. So really that's only like 7 years from now. It could go quicker than that, who knows? So Alex really stressed that we need to be talking and starting conversations with Mexican people that we come in contact with and offering the business opportunity. Mexican people need the business opportunity. They also really need the products, but they need the income. So he said, he gave us 4 specific questions to ask someone that is Hispanic, that's a Hispanic, a US Hispanic, and also if, well, sorry, just questions to ask the Mexican person that you come in contact with. First question is, do you have any family in Mexico? The second question is, do you currently have a business in the US? Third question, do you send money back to your family? And then the fourth question, would you like to have a business opportunity to offer your family that's back in Mexico? He said, he was asked specifically, are they going to be offended by these questions? He said, no. He didn't hesitate. He did not pause. He was very strong about the fact that a Mexican person that we approach with the business opportunity will not be offended by these questions. He said, first of all, they all have family in Mexico and they're all sending money back to them. And everybody knows it. So he stressed to us to reach out to the office that is over the Mexico branch of Plexus. We can get to customer service. We can get to our Mexico market customer service by calling the customer service number. And he said there's an option to select the Mexico group. Their office is physically in Guadalajara. And so they have regular gatherings, meetings, events at the office there. And they are very willing and open to help any of us who want to get into the Mexican market. All we have to do literally is call and set up a call with the customer service folks in the Mexico office, because they will do all of the talking for us. We do not even have to know how to speak Spanish. We literally find our contact and we get in contact with customer service that handles this market, and they help us do everything. Genevieve said it's literally that easy. They will help us with everything with our prospects. So one thing that I've been putting on my stories lately, since we were hearing about this during the time that Alex Hoffman was talking to us, I posted on my Facebook stories, we've recently expanded in Mexico. Do you have any friends or family of Mexican descent that would be interested in it? I have a business opportunity for them. And so put that on your stories, start branching out. I literally don't have, I'm not aware of anyone in my life that is of Mexican descent. I'm going to go to our Mexican restaurant. And when it's not a prime time, don't try to do this to them when it's supper time, because they're probably not going to try to talk to you. But if you go and just talk to them and tell them, I've got a business opportunity, can we talk about it? I think we're going to get some good responses. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, there is something else. Alex Hoffman gave us his cell phone number and said, if we have trouble getting a hold of anyone with customer service, to contact him, and he will put us in contact with someone. So if you do run into any trouble, just let me or Kara, Sarah, Sabrina, any of us know, because we've got his number. Also, something I want to share with you all real quick. If you go to the website and log in, go to your back office, go to sharing Plexus, and then the resource library. Then you go to the international link and you scroll down to Mexico. There's a video in there I want you all to watch. You've got to, if you haven't already seen it, you've got to see it. I've already watched it more than once. I'm going to keep watching it. It's a video with Timmy Yancey. She is a diamond emerald. She has a Mexico native that is an emerald under her. And he went emerald. His name is Jesus Soda. He went emerald in like 3 or 4 months. Because everyone in Mexico needs to earn more money. They literally don't make very much money. So he went emerald in literally, it was like 3 or 4 months. So watch Timmy Yancey's video. It's very, very good. She's in Arkansas. She doesn't know how to speak Spanish. She happened across Jesus. They worked out this amazing relationship, and he has just taken this business opportunity and run with it. So absolutely watch that video. That's the only way I know how to find that video. If you need any help after this video, after this Zoom, just let me know. I'll try to get the link for you, but it's in the back office, in the resource library, in the international section in Mexico. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Awesome.
One thing I wanted to add to that is, we talked about in the last Zoom, but I love, their why is different than what ours is. They're trying to earn money so they can get off the dirt floor, or they're trying to
Yes.
do the roof. you
That
know,
was one thing that Alex shared. They have folks that are just literally trying the money that they're earning. He has one VIP that with the money they earned, they were able to put a floor in their home and not have to have a dirt floor. Everybody in the room started bawling. We were like, what? So it's literally at this level. We need to approach them and ask them about getting into this business. Mexico, they are all aware of network sales. They are all aware of direct sales, and it is not poo-pooed like it is here. They want in. We just have to approach them.
yeah.
That's what they told us.
Yeah, and that kind of changed my mindset because I've been a little bit intimidated about approaching the Mexican market. Like, are they going to think I'm greedy? Are they going to think I'm pushy? But knowing now that their why is totally different from ours, that it's more about survival, it's about just having basic living improved. That makes it just a little bit easier, especially to approach. So anyway, well, we don't want to keep everyone too late. I know it's late, but we were hoping this would help with bedtime with kids and just getting through the day with all of our busyness. But if you have any questions, if you want to meet up with one of us and just have, get more details, because I know we kind of done an overview, but we've got more details. So if you want to meet with us, we would be happy to just go through the notebook with you, give you more detailed information, and we'd be glad to do it. But we felt like these were some good tips that we needed to share now. And hopefully this excites everybody, and we're ready to go out. Are there any questions on here before I turn this off? Okay. All right. Does anyone have anything before we head out? Nope. It's quiet. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I do hope that you found this helpful. And again, just reach out to us and we will be glad to tell you more. So, all righty.
Everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody. Take care. Thanks.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
you.
See ya.